Hey guys, well, welcome to the 716 Sports Entertainment Podcast, NFL week number 8, and we are going to get right into it. We're going to break down all the games, and we are going to talk about the upcoming Buffalo Bills Carolina Panthers game, which is a surprising 1 o'clock start. I am thrilled about that because we don't get enough of those anymore, and I miss them a little bit. But with that, we're going to break it all down for you guys, talk about the Bills, talk about how we feel the rest of the season is going to go, and Mr. Reese has got some special conversation pieces for us today. So thank you guys so much for joining us. As always, I am Mike, joined by Mr. Pauly B and Mr. T. Reese. And fellas, how we feeling?
That's exactly the question that I had. And normally, this way, that way, that guy over there normally leads the charge. But I'm going to lead with the questions today.
All right, it's all
You
you.
guys can fill in right behind.
All right,
All right?
host duties are turned over.
That's right. Our studio hall is in the house. All right, so let me ask you guys. Now, since the bye, it's been a week. Everyone's been able to get off what they needed to on their chest mentally. Each one of you, where are you guys at right now with this team? After the bye, after the information we've received, the players coming back, where are you guys at right now? Pauly?
You want me to start?
Your name's Pauly, right?
Oh, I didn't hear. There's something going on with the audio. I can't really. I'm hearing like every other word. But I'm in the same place I was before. The losses, while they were a little upsetting to me, they didn't really. I'm trying to see the forest through the trees, and you know, where do we got to get to take that next step in our progression towards a Super Bowl and a championship? We have been right there the last 4 years, 4 or 5 years, whatever. Um, we need to get to that place in order to take that next step. And I don't see the past 2 weeks as all that much of a setback, considering where we're going and where we need to take that next step. We did the exact same thing last year and the year before that. We had these little oopsie games. And I said back in July or whenever we did the first prediction shows that we're going to get a couple of these wonky losses. We do every year. We're going to every year, and it really hasn't changed my mind about where the team's headed and where they'll eventually end up.
Well, let me ask this question on top of it. So think back to when you were watching that Atlanta game and you realized they were going to lose. Where were you at that point between 1 and 10 compared to right now?
You mean, I mean, I don't understand the question. I
Your
guess
the immediate reaction to that loss.
I was
Now
pissed.
now we're past, now we're after the bye. So from the time of that loss to now, what was the difference in your, ranging 1 to 10?
5.
Both ways?
Yeah, I really, honestly, it really hasn't changed. My psyche is the exact same it was before. And it really, I mean, yeah, I was pissed, but at the same time, I wasn't like the season's over. We need to fire everybody. I think it was very clear about that last time too. But I'm not, I don't overreact anymore. I'm 50 years old. Time for overreacting is over for me. I try to stay as evenly keeled as possible.
A good one. I like that. Playing the old card. Good.
One,
Yeah.
Mikey,
yeah,
what do you
one of the things I thought about a lot actually is I still think the Bills are a good team, right? And I think we can all agree on that. While they are flawed and they have things about their roster that can be better, some of which I think will get better via returning players on defense, and maybe they'll make a move, right? But I'm looking at the teams ahead of us, right? And I see Denver with 5, New England with 5, and the Colts with 6 wins, right? And our losses, while they weren't great, losses are going to happen to everybody. Teams are going to lose games that they're maybe not supposed to lose, right? Because if you just win every game that you're favored in, the Bills would have been what, 16-1 this year? You know what I mean? So every team doesn't win every game they're favored in. It never happens ever, right? The Chiefs are 4-3, and they're right behind us. And I think the Chiefs are still probably the biggest, in the 8th spot right now. I think the Chiefs are probably still the biggest threat, to win the AFC at 4-3. But my point is that I am confident the Colts and the Patriots, especially, they're going to drop games that they're not supposed to lose. Like, you know what I mean? Like, or they're supposed to win, right? Like, the Patriots are playing the Browns this weekend. They could drop that game. They could absolutely drop that game. And you mean that to tell me, as great as the Colts have looked, Daniel Jones is not going to come back down to earth? Like, he absolutely is, They're going to lose games. The Indianapolis Colts will not be the 1 seed. So, I don't think the conversation of the Bills being in the 1 seed is over with yet. However, if they don't win this weekend and they come out and they lose to Carolina, which the Bills have never under McDermott lost off of a bye, then I'm going to be really concerned. Like, then I'm going to be like full blown panic mode. If they come out of this Carolina game and they don't win, even if they look sloppy a little bit, but they still win, I'll feel okay. But if they lose this Carolina game, yeah, I'm gonna be in a bad place, I think, if they lose this Carolina game.
Well, I had a moment to reflect too. And you know what happened? I had little Mikey over here in this year. I had little Pauly in this year. And they were both talking to me at the same time. All right. So I got like two ends of the spectrum here. So I thought back. I said, you know what? Why did they lose those 2 games, right? So I thought, like, okay, the game against the Patriots, what did they do wrong? They got away from the run, right? Simple fix. Simple fix.
Yep.
Sticking with the run. And so then I started thinking, okay, well, what about the Atlanta game? Same thing. They just didn't stick with the run. That's possibly 2 straight wins we probably would have had if our coach actually thought about what he was doing on the field. But these are easily fixable things. And I have faith that, like you said, Mike, McDermott does not lose after the bye.
Yeah.
He said in the press conference that he went on his own and did self-reflection. Like he didn't talk to nobody. He locked himself in the room.
Mm-hmm.
And what he said was that he was scouting, which is what I like to hear. Now, all I need is that whatever self-scouting he found and whatever he says to the press, we just don't see the opposite on Sunday.
Yeah.
But I got faith. I got faith that they're going to turn this around. The defense, all right, I'm going to hold off my opinion again. I know we get a little irritated with how they've been playing since the beginning of the year, but they have been playing with a lot of backups in that D-line.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to get some reinforcements this week. Daquan, it still is up in the air, I guess, right? We don't know if he's even playing still. They haven't announced anything. Looks like Harrison.
He was a non-participant today.
Yeah, see, so I'll be more concerned if he's not non-participant tomorrow. Then you got to put up the red flags. So now we're going to have another game, but we don't have all of the starters on the defense line. So hopefully, again, we're playing the Panthers. They're a very good run team. I'm hoping Ojobi comes through for us and shows up in this game. I mean, defensively, I think players are easier to come back from not playing for a while. Defensively, offensively, I think it's harder to come back to. You got to get shake off the rust a little bit. Timing, you're working in sync with 5 other guys like on the offensive line, things like that. So that I expect, but I think that defensively, these guys coming in this week, you're gonna have three guys getting thrown in there. One thing I really need to see is that, possibly Taylor Rapp's not going to play. I guess he has a knee injury, from my understanding. Interesting how when people are playing bad, the Bills always seem to find an injury with them to get him out of that lineup. I'm going to guess he's going to get placed on IR. Jordan Poyer is going to be starting up there with them. I think that's what's going to happen.
So what can you tell me? And maybe I'm a bit ignorant to it, but what can you tell me about Hoyt and Ogunjobi then? Like, what can I expect from these two guys as somebody who doesn't know much about them?
Well, Hoyt is the best comparison that I can give to him is what everyone compares him to for Buffalo is Lorenzo Alexander.
Okay.
So you can put him anywhere on the front seven. You put him at the middle, the weak. He can play defensive end. You can have him. He can walk to the middle. He can do multiple things, and he has sort of like he has the engine like Trey Hendrickson does. Just
Mhm.
doesn't stop. He'll just keep going and keep going and keep going until the whistle blows, which is what this defense doesn't have right now. They don't
Yeah.
have anybody out there that's willing just to go all out every single play. Bosa does it for the most part, just sloppy. But I think with Ogunjobi coming back, it's going to help out Bosa. Ogunjobi, he played in Pittsburgh. Um, he's a vet. I mean, this is what they're missing on the D line is a true veteran who knows how to play in an attacking style defense. And he's going to help out, I think, a lot with the linebackers. He has moments where he can actually penetrate and get through and get to the quarterback. But for the most part, he's a veteran. He's a very sturdy guy. He's pretty good against the run. Okay against the pass, but he's going to probably bring more stability to the interior of that line than what they've already had. So, yeah, you're getting two vets back that know their jobs and know what to do. They specialize in certain things. I think this is what the image of what the season was supposed to be. My only problem with the Bills was that you knew these two guys were going to get suspended. They were suspended, and you still ran business as usual and didn't really replenish anything on that D, knowing you were going to be shorthanded for the first 6 games.
Right. And then what's the latest on Hairston?
They said he practiced today. There was nothing on him,
Yeah,
right?
he was a full participant today, but they're probably not expecting him to play for another 2 to 3 weeks.
So we might not
That's
see him
what.
until after the Chief game.
Right.
I think we're going to get shocked. They said he has no knee brace on. He's not even practicing with anything on. I think he plays. I think he's going to get slipped in there Sunday. I just don't think they're showing their hand. I mean, they showed him in full. You're not a full participant for no reason,
Right.
right? Normally you'd be limited, right?
Did they say much about how he's looked?
From what I've seen with some reporters, they said he looked fine.
Yeah. I
He
haven't
said
really
he
been
felt
following
fine.
it this week.
Yeah, they said there's no braces on his knee, nothing. He's practicing. He's practicing. So I think he's going to play Sunday. I just don't think they're going to show their hand, but who knows? I mean, they could be right what they see, what they reported to the media that another 2-3 weeks. I don't see why it'd be another 2-3 weeks. They got to get this kid out there as soon as possible, but I guess we'll see what happens. I mean, they could put him on a play count, 10 plays in the game if they really wanted to. I mean, they don't have to put him on as a starter. Get his feet wet a little bit. Let him go out there and play, especially against the Panthers, who don't throw all that well. Why not let him go out there and get a few reps out there? So I think he will. And if he does play some, he does in a limited capacity.
Now I've heard that it's likely that Gabe Davis may pop up with the injury to Palmer being week to week. It still is zero sign of them making a move for a wide receiver, but I don't really know if that gives me much comfort. I don't think. I still really want them to go and get somebody. And we've heard reports now about Miami making a ton of restructures now and Waddle costing like $20 million now. I don't think they're gonna go for him anymore, right? And the Jets have made, publicly said they're not gonna move Garrett Wilson. So unless it's the Olave thing, I don't know if we're gonna be making any moves for a
That's a
wide
beautiful
receiver.
segue. Beautiful segue to my next question. Y'all ready? Pauly, don't look so astute.
Pauly's looking handsome as he always is.
There's our little grizzly bear.
Shutty. Just
All
shutty.
right, so listen. So all the talk about wide receivers, I'm glad you brought that up. So there have been some rumors about the Bills sniffing around some wide receivers and one free agent one that's floating around out there. So what do you think of these 4 names? And realistically, who do you think the Bills would probably be able to get? Even if it's two of them. So we got Tyler Lockett is available right now as a free agent. There have been reports that say that the Bills are rumored to be sniffing around that.
Hmm.
Calvin Ridley's name has come up out of Tennessee. There's been some rumors rumbling around that the Bills may be sniffing around that, and the obvious two, Olave or Shaheed in New Orleans. So, in your two guys' opinion, realistically, we're just playing around here. Of those four guys, who would you like to have? Who do you think realistically would be able to get?
Realistically, none of them. Who I would love would be Olave, but I think that's a pipe dream. I don't think that's going to happen. I think Bean is going to double down on his preseason um, stance, I guess. He's going to double down. He's going to say that we have enough people in the room right now.
How you feel about that?
It's all about what plays they're calling. I mean, I don't really think it's a problem. It's not like there's like a rash of drop passes or missed opportunities or miscommunications. There hasn't been really a rash of that. It's more, somebody trips on something. It's more, play calling, not calling the correct plays at the right time. Um, putting James Cook in your back pocket and not using him at all in the fourth quarter against the Falcons. It's a number of things. It's not. I don't think it's really wide receiver centered.
I'm gonna disagree. I think that Ridley is not the kind of player that they bring in because been dealing with hamstring stuff like a lot in and out of this season and last season. And I just don't think that that's the kind of player that the Bills bring in. Like McDermott always says, the best ability is availability, right? Like, they won't do that. The kind of move the Bills make, which I hate because I think he's 33 or 34 years old, is Tyler Lockett. The Bills make the Tyler Lockett move. Like that is absolutely a Buffalo Bills thing to do. And everybody will get all excited about it, like they did about him with Amari Cooper. And he'll look great in like 2 games, and then they won't use him at all. So yeah. I mean, yeah, I agree. Olave, I'd love to get Olave or even Shaheed. Like, I think it would be fantastic, but I don't think that that's going to happen. New Orleans might move one of them, but not both of them. And I have a feeling that whichever one they move is probably going to go to Kansas City. But yeah, Tyler Lockett just seems like such a Buffalo Bills thing to do, unless he goes back to Seattle. Like I think that's such a Buffalo Bills thing to do.
Yeah, I was thinking about this, and I said the same thing to myself that the Tyler Lockett signing, if they were to sign him, is like, oh, it's so big. It's safe enough to sign the guy. He's not going to overtake any of your young up and coming wide receivers. Not going to overshadow anybody. Just enough veteran leadership to bring onto the roster. And I'd be so disappointed just because he makes those safe moves like that, and it's just so annoying. But I think it's going to be Shaheed. Guy can play wide receiver. He can be the kick returner. I don't know. Does he do punts? I know he's a kick returner too. So, I mean, that's what they've been trying to get out of their wide receivers right now is be able to do double duty. And I mean, you notice they keep either 1 week it's Codrington, next week it's what's his face Samuel. I mean, they're just bouncing around the kick return spots. I mean, I think they're looking for that type of guy. I think they're looking for a guy that can take up 2 roster spots to open up a spot for somebody else. And that's how usually they operate. They want to be able to get people who can play, multiple positions. This way they don't have to use so many roster spots for other positions that and focus on the positions that they think they have a need at.
Yeah. And if New Orleans moves one of them, they don't move both of them, I don't think.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, New Orleans has done some crazy things. I mean, even Alvin Kamara's name's already in the list of getting traded.
But he came out and said he doesn't want to be traded.
It doesn't mean it's
So
not up to him.
no, I know, but like, he could throw a fit about it. So
Yeah, I mean, it's New Orleans. I mean, most people when they're leaving New Orleans never really say anything bad. But then when they leave, it's like look at Ricky Williams.
yeah,
He bounced, turned into a superstar. I mean, they none of them say they want to leave New Orleans. New Orleans is just kind of that place.
yeah.
But once some of these guys leave and they go to other places, you don't really hear too much about them. They're pretty happy where they go. I mean, what else? I mean, I'll be honest with you. If I'm the Bills, I'm asking for Cam Jordan. That's what I'm asking for. I mean, guys almost. I mean, he's 30. He's over his 30s. He's still very good at rushing the passer. He's got to want to win it sooner or later, right? He can't sit through this, right? So why not? Why not give us Cam Jordan? He's not gonna. You guys are gonna win a Super Bowl with him, with them there. So why not? Get him, last few years of his career, shoot him up in Buffalo. He's pretty durable. He doesn't get hurt a whole lot, and he's damn good on the field, even at his age right now.
I mean, you got to think a lot of these guys want to play with Josh Allen, right? Like, that's the one thing that I think helps us a lot is having him here. Like, people want to play with him, and I mean, I know the trade deadline's coming up soon, but I mean, Minnesota's only a few losses away from not being done this year too. Like I think that McCarthy is probably not going to work out for them, and it's really starting to look like they made a huge mistake letting Darnold go to Seattle. Because Seattle looks great and Minnesota looks terrible.
Well, I mean, they
So
didn't expect McCarthy to get hurt, though. You know what I mean? He
no, but
looked okay for the first
I
couple
still
of
don't think
months.
he's very good though.
Well, we don't know. He hasn't really done much yet. We haven't even seen enough games to even say that. I think that, I mean,
I mean,
he did have a good game this year, a real good game this year, opening game, and then he had a bad second game.
true. I mean, I guess my point is though that they could move Addison,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
and he's real good. So they're not going to move Justin Jefferson. They just paid him, but they could move Jordan Addison.
What's more likely is they're probably trying to consider, where they're at with McCarthy, and I think it's too soon for them to make a move like that to trade anybody on their roster. I don't see Minnesota trading any.
In my ideal world, it's Garrett Wilson. Like in my ideal dream, we're gonna win the Super Bowl scenario. They trade their first and their second, and they get Garrett Wilson, and maybe even Keon Coleman, and they lock up Garrett Wilson. Like that's what I want, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
Well, I mean, you can always be like, yo, you can be Bean and be like, yo, listen, call the Jets off and say, aren't you tired of this Patriots stuff?
Yeah.
Right? Can you believe you're on top of the division? I know we've been owning the division for a while. Okay? Yeah, we're still fresh on this. But do you really want to see another Patriots win in the division? Give us Garrett Wilson. We can ensure that does not happen. If everybody's on the same page.
I know, but yeah. In that scenario, I mean, you're talking to you're better being talking to a GM that's probably on his way out.
That's
We
also
probably
true.
is out his way out.
Yeah. So I mean, they're not gonna. He's gonna be handcuffed in whatever he can do. He's gonna have to go to Woody.
Yeah.
Can a boy dream?
That's I mean
Yeah, I
that's
mean,
you
unless
asked
he
me
has
my
Woody's
dream.
phone
That's
number,
my
and he
dream.
could. He
Yeah.
could. I mean, could he go to Woody over the GM over there and say, "Hey, Woody, come on."
Give me a
Is that
I mean,
allowed? Or Terry could talk to Woody too.
Yeah, he could. I mean, I think Terry may have a little more pull in the NFL right now with Woody right now.
Yeah.
looking at how we've drafted, like our first round pick doesn't mean that much to me. And like if we had to give up our first and our second and a player to get Garrett Wilson, I would do that in a second. As long as we get him for a couple of years, I would do that in a second.
And
I
keep it
wouldn't even
around
think.
Bean's sweet spot with the draft picks. He's usually good at the mid rounds, so they let him pick around there, see what's available. 1 and 2, bye bye.
Yeah. I don't need another Kyrie Elam.
No, no. I mean, he's been almost busting in almost all of his first round picks. Well, I mean, you guys gave me all the information that I needed. You guys have any questions?
You seem like you're in a pleasant mood about the Bills going forward.
No, I just got a good workout in. I got to enjoy the rain a little bit. A little self-reflection.
There were two rainbows today coming home.
Whoa.
So does this say they win and say they look good? I heard that Andy Dalton's probably going to be playing, not Bryce Young.
Yes.
Not that that matters. I don't think.
Bryce
Well,
Young,
Bryce Young,
Bryce
Bryce
Young
Young
was
came
rolled
out
out.
today and said that he's trying to play.
No, he's
I
rolled
honestly,
out.
I,
They
I
ruled him
honestly
out.
think it's better for us if Bryce Young plays, truthfully. But with that said, even if the Bills come out and blow them off the field, are you really going to feel any better? Because nobody really thinks Carolina is that good, right? Like they barely beat the Jets.
I feel fantastic.
You think, or do you have to wait until that Kansas City game to see how they actually measure up?
Nope. I think if they blow the doors off of the Panthers, they're back.
But then what? Oh, then what if they get their faces kicked in by Kansas City next week?
I'm fine with that because we've beaten them in the regular season every year. Maybe this is the reversal that we needed.
Okay. What about you, Paul? Like, do
That's
you, do
just
you
that's just superstition, Reese. I'm not going to let you get away with that. Not this.
do you? I mean, do you need them to do you need them to not get their teeth kicked in that Kansas City game for you to really feel like they're back? Because I do. I don't think
No.
that this game matters. I think they're going to win this Carolina game comfortably. I need them to look like the team of the last couple of years in that Kansas City game. That's what I need.
This is this is what I need. I need them to score more points than the Carolina Panthers. That's it. Get the dub. I don't care how. Just get the dub.
So you would feel okay if they won like 14-10?
Yes.
No,
Because
you
at the end
wouldn't.
of the day, yes, I would. Because at the end, well, I said at the beginning of the podcast that this style points don't matter. I'm not looking for them to take, a huge steps in the record department, except for I want them to get the one seed, obviously. But, um, I don't think that it really matters how they win. I think the Kansas City Chiefs proved that last year. They were winning some pretty ugly games against some bad teams.
I'm not going to let you get away with this, Pauly. I am not going to let you get away with it this time. You really use the Kansas City Chiefs as your example?
Yeah, why wouldn't I?
What a terrible. Of all the teams, you're going to use the Kansas City Chiefs.
Huh.
But
Okay, I can use the last time the New York Giants won the Super Bowl.
So you're going to tell me that Andy Reid and Sean McDermott are on the same level?
That's not what I said at all.
No, but you're comparing the Chiefs, the team that, no matter what, seems to know how to
I'm
figure it
not.
out.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying that they proved last year that style points don't matter. I didn't compare the Bills to the Chiefs in any way. I just said that it doesn't matter how you win.
Andy Reid.
All that matters is that you win in the postseason. First of all, the first thing to do is get there, get your ticket punched, and we need W's for that. We don't care how they win. I don't care how they win. What does it matter if they blow the doors off them 49-7, or if they win a squeaker 14-10? What does it matter? It makes you feel nice and warm and fuzzy inside, but it doesn't matter at the end of the day.
Oh, but it does matter in that locker room. Like we're talking from this seat, it does matter in that locker room. You think Josh Allen would be happy with 14-10?
That's a problem in the locker room. Then that's
No,
not a problem. That's not a problem.
But that also gives us
That's a mental problem. You got to overcome those mental problems.
Information that's happening in that locker room. We know there's an issue.
Do we?
So let me
win 14-10. You're not going to tell me there's not an issue still.
Did we get the dub?
So let's put it in reverse then. What if they lose? But I think there are different levels to losing. What if they lose 34-30? Or what if they lose 10-6, which one would you feel worse about? Or would you just not care because they lost?
I think both of them I'd be pissed off with.
Yeah, I mean, they lost.
I
They
would
didn't get
either
the win.
Panthers score 34 points, and the other end would be like, how didn't we score 30 points against them? I wouldn't like either one of those outcomes.
So, but I mean, I guess, what camp are you in? Are you in the camp that the offense needs to be better, or that the defense needs to be better, or just the whole team needs to be better?
The whole team's got to be
Okay,
better. The whole team. I mean,
whole team.
these last 3 weeks has been a concerted effort of this entire roster and the coaching staff. All of them. And you can see it in McDee's face that he's failing right now. And it looks like there's it's like almost like a sense of like he knows there's an urgency that's got to act. They got to fix something now. That's exactly how he came off in that press conference.
Yeah. All right.
I think you're reading too much into things.
He's not going to let you get away with it. Not anymore. Well, I don't have anything else.
Unbelievable, Pauly. Unbelievable.
No, wow, what?
You just said that on the internet. You know this doesn't go anywhere. This doesn't disappear, right?
What did I say that was so wrong?
This is
What
forever.
does it say? What did I say that was so wrong? Tell me.
Think about it.
Whose hands? Whose?
Whose house?
No, I just think that sometimes, and we all do this, but Reese, you just did it, where we try to get inside of somebody's head, but the only way you know that you're right is the fact that you are putting your shit onto him, on how, like, in other words, this is how you would feel in that situation based on the looks that he's making, based on what you know, based on, all those assumptions.
That
And
is
you
not
might
what
be
I
right.
said. That is not
You
what I
might be
said.
right.
I said exactly what he said. This was his words. So you're going to tell me I'm misconstruing his words, his exact words? Did you hear
Yeah.
the first conference?
No.
So who are you commenting on this?
I don't watch press conferences because they never say anything.
Well, that's my point. But this was you should watch it. He was a different person in this press conference.
McDermott
Watch
was?
it. Yes, watch it. Watch how he's answering questions. He gave a lot. That's what I'm saying. He knows there's like, okay, we got some holes we got to fix right now, and he's still trying to figure it out.
Well, yeah, I mean, he'd be stupid not to know that.
But you just said that I was reading too much into him.
I mean, about, how he's saying things. You're reading too much into how he's saying things and and how he's talking and blah blah blah. Not just the words.
Well, I would implore you to watch the press conference, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Pauly
I really
likes
don't think it's all that important, to be honest with you. I've never been a press conference guy.
No, I think you get a little something out of all press conferences, if you ask me.
Yeah.
It's only so much you can hide and unless you're Bill Belichick, and he's the only guy that can ever do it. Just stay stone faced on the microphone.
And that's the way everyone should do it, to be honest with you.
That's fine.
And then maybe at some point they'll go away.
Yeah,
Or
if you're a
unless you're,
Terminator like that guy. I mean, if you have
unless
a
it's
guy
your
like him
boy,
with a heart of gold, he's got a black heart.
I was gonna say, unless it's your boy Mike McDaniel and you're just on cocaine.
How he's still employed, I don't know.
Oh well,
They said
it's the lawsuit against it's that lawsuit. That's why. Because they don't want to fire another coach while they're being sued by what's his face for the racial hiring thing. What's his face?
Oh, okay.
He's Minnesota's. I think he's in Minnesota.
Yeah. The guy that Flores, the guy who's suing Miami because they fired him for being black.
I think that's why he can't fight the GM either.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, because especially the GM, because
Weird.
the GM is the one who like let Flores go, and the GM's gonna come out and say all this shit, and that law they want that lawsuit to go away before anybody gets let go.
They're
That's why
stuck.
McDaniel's still there.
They are stuck.
Yeah, they
The
really are.
dude is stuck, and it's their own fault.
Yeah,
Their coach tried
absolutely
to
true.
their owner tried to get greedy
Yep.
and tried to pull some stuff behind the scenes. NFL didn't give them enough of a punishment, if you ask me.
Mm-mm.
They did not give them enough of a punishment for doing that.
No, I'm with you.
Sean
So
Payton should be suspended. Brady should be suspended. All of them should be suspended. None of them shouldn't even be over anywhere near football right now.
That's not going to happen.
Of course not. You see where they're at.
yeah,
We got owners out there getting hand jobs and busted doing it, and they're still got owning teams, and they're not in trouble.
good old Bobby Kraft. All right, this got
Ricky
derailed quickly.
Bobby.
Let's rein this back in here.
Ricky
That's your
Bobby.
lead. That's your leading owner of the AFC East,
Oh
Bobby
jeez.
Kraft.
Oh jeez. Bobby Kraft.
Hey, listen. Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. That means he win by any means.
Yeah, he's winning all right.
Come on.
By any means.
I'm doing all. Yo, I'm telling you right now. Call the Jets. Tell them, man, we can't have this. We can't have the Patriots on top. It's not good. Can you understand if the
Let's get
Patriots
Waddle.
Do you understand the Bills psyche as the Bills Mafia psyche if the Patriots were to win this division this year?
Oh yeah, that'd be it. And
But
then
honestly,
maybe
that was the worst part of that last home loss. That was it. It was just really the Patriots. Really, we're gonna lose. Really? I thought we were
yeah.
done with this.
Well, and now it's so gross listening to the media talk about Drake May. Like they can't stop choking on it with Drake May. They really can't. Like
Hey,
he's
listen, the Bills let it happen.
yep.
Yeah.
They let it happen. Now Josh ain't the man in the conversation anymore.
Yep.
Now all of a sudden, here's another opinion. One more question before we go, guys. At what point of the season did Mahomes all of a sudden become MVP favorite? Can
Last
someone
three
explain
weeks.
that to me?
In the
Oh,
last
it's
3 weeks,
the last three
Bills
weeks.
lost 2 games and didn't play.
Yeah. He's
Danny
been
Well,
Jones.
that's basically it. The Bills lost 2 games and they didn't play.
Danny
and
So
Jones
it's
has a
been three
better
weeks.
record. Danny Jones
yeah,
has a better record.
yeah, but Danny Jones is not the MVP on his team. Jonathan Taylor is.
I'm just going to go to that. You got Danny Jones. You got Jonathan. I mean, you got guys who have better records or are playing much better than he is.
Yeah, but they don't have his name.
Yeah, they don't have his name. Jonathan Taylor is the reason the Colts are good.
You're
And
talking betting favorite, right?
Yeah.
You're
yeah,
talking betting favorite? Okay. Well, yeah, and that's why it's the name. It's
and
this at this point in the season, the only people who are making a bet like this is because of the name.
But
yeah.
not even that. We had the commentators even bringing it up during the games this past weekend.
But I mean, look at all the people who are ahead of him though. We already talked about Daniel Jones. It's because of Jonathan Taylor. Baker just had a shit game, complete shit game against the Lions, and the Chiefs just, cheated to beat the Lions, but they still beat them. So, and that takes Jared Goff out of the conversation. So who else is it? You know what I mean? It was Baker and
Shooter,
it was Goff. It was
Shooter
Goff.
Sanders.
Yeah, right. Who's probably going to start this weekend. So, yeah. I mean, I would have put Baker and Goff ahead of him, but I still would probably put Jared Goff ahead of him. But
Just tired of hearing Mahomes all the time. I'm just so tired of it.
Yeah.
So
It's getting to be on that Brady level, especially with
it's already at the Brady level for me. It's already there.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, if I got to listen to Collinsworth again talk about Mahomes, I swear, dude. I
even when he's
swear.
not playing, it's so gross.
I know.
Oh,
It's disgusting.
There's this guy in
mean,
Kansas City named Patrick Mahomes.
can you believe he just did that? It's like,
That was very Mahomesy. No, I
God.
think Mahomesy was Ramos. I think Mahomesy was Ramos.
I hate that.
It
Oh
doesn't
god, I hate
matter.
it.
I'm just tired of hearing it out of their mouths. Even when they look like crap, he's
Yeah, but
still with the president. I get it. You got your rings. That's fine. But come on.
I mean, you know what though? That's it, dude. Four,
I
what is
know.
it? 3 rings in 4 years. I mean, that's it. That's why.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You know, if any other quarterback in the league, regardless of who they are, if it was, I mean, and they love Lamar quite a bit, but say Lamar won 3 or 4, or Josh Allen won 3 or 4, that's all they talk about.
Oh, I know. I agree.
It's
But
just it's
but,
growth because it's them and because it's
but we
Taylor
also have a
Swift.
different.
It's all
But
that
we have a
bullshit.
much closer relationship with this than most of any other team in the league.
Well, yeah, because most other teams in the league are not perennially good like we
But
are.
also,
And
we're the ones they always have to play every year,
yeah, that's a big
and
deal, you know.
we're literally the reason why they go to the Super Bowls because of us.
Yep.
The Ravens are done, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a wrap.
They'd have to win out and get help.
Yeah.
Which I mean they might be able to do. They've got a pretty soft schedule. And Lamar is gonna be back this week, but they'll still drop one more game somewhere and 11-6. I don't think 11-6 wins that division, frankly. I think Pittsburgh's gonna win 12 games.
It might.
Already almost halfway there.
Yeah. So
Oh, that's
all right, guys.
All
Thank
right.
you, thank you everyone for joining us for this week 8 wrap on the Buffalo Bills. And let's see how it goes. Hopefully we get that big dub as Pauly noted there. And Mr. T Reese is going to be leading us off more often because I enjoyed that very, very much. So thank you guys so much for joining us. As always, smash that like and subscribe button and have a great evening and take care.